Currently, we're out here with Lindblad Expeditions on board the National Geographic Explorer, one of their 3 luxury boats that has an Antarctic itinerary during the tourism season, and that season runs every year, October through March. Now, just look around us. We are in this insane, beautiful area of Antarctica. It's so picturesque. It's literally postcard material. Follow us on our adventure and see what we get to explore. Well, as you can see, I'm already on the ship and we already have land behind us. I'm actually on day 4 of the trip, but a whole bunch of things happened that got us here first. Let's go over what happened. On day 1, we arrived into Buenos Aires, checked into the group hotel, got some food, and got ourselves in order for the next day. On day 2, we boarded the group bus to the airport and flew to Ushuaia. Getting on a bus, going to the airport to take a private plane to Ushuaia. No big deal. Once we arrived in Ushuaia, we were whisked onto a large catamaran that took all guests out for lunch in the national park, where we got our first look at some animals. Well, we boarded the boat around 6 p.m. and got our gear ready for our adventures into Antarctica. Day 3 was spent crossing the infamous Drake Passage, which is notorious for extremely rough seas. We were warned we were going to have a Drake shake, and this is what a Drake shake looks like. It's crazy. The waves are crazy. It's crazy. We're walking and holding ropes. Things are sliding on tables, but it's actually not too bad. It's, we took some meclizine. The doctor gave us some meclizine, and it's very manageable. So it's very awe-inspiring to look out this window and see these massive waves. These are like 18, 20-foot waves, and they're incredibly powerful. And it's kind of a lot of fun. I like it. I don't think anyone should be so super nervous about having a Drake shake or break like this. It's been fun. Luckily, the Explorer has such great stabilizers, it didn't feel that bad. Which brings us to this moment right here. It's day 4 and it's about 2 p.m. and we're getting really excited because we're gonna do our first Antarctic landing. You can see behind us, we have the South Shetland Islands. Everyone's excited, and the coolest thing is that you can smell the penguin colony. Only people who have smelled penguin colonies before know what I'm talking about. There is this foul, strong odor that the penguins have, and that's because they poop everywhere. Anyway, we're gonna get our gear on, we're gonna head on the Zodiac, and we're gonna do our first Antarctic landing of this expedition. Let's go. All right, so we've just landed here in Barrientos, and we've got 2 different penguin colonies here behind me. We've got a Gen 2 penguin colony, and you can see the chicks. They're running around, they're playing, they're chasing their moms and their dads for food. It's actually adorable. But they're quite big right now, and they're molting. And on the other side of this hill, we're gonna hike up just in a little bit. We're gonna go and look at the chin strap penguin population. This will probably be the last time we see the chin straps on this expedition, so we wanna spend as much time as we can with them. We just finished our first landing. It was amazing. Of course, you guys know by now we were able to see the Gen 2 and chin strap penguins. These colonies are just amazing. We're gonna get back on the boat, call it a day, and see what's in store for tomorrow. So I'll check in with you guys on day 5. And here we are on day 5, and we are so excited. We're approaching Paulet Island. On Paulet Island, there's over 100,000 breeding pairs of Adélie penguins, and right now they typically have 2 chicks, making the total approximately 400,000 penguins. That is so cool. And of course, we're not really close, we're getting close, but we can already smell the penguin colony. We're so excited too, because if you look behind me, you can see there's so many icebergs. We're cruising through the Antarctic Sound, and there are icebergs everywhere. There's seals, there's whales, and there's little penguins in the water jumping around, and there's also penguins on these icebergs. It's a beautiful scene, and wow is all I can say. So let's go do this landing, go to Paulet Island, check out the Adélie penguins, and then do a Zodiac ride to check out the icebergs. All right, so here we are. We just landed at Paulet Island, and there are Adélie penguins everywhere. A little bit of a surprise that we didn't know about, but this place is also covered in fur seals, and fur seals are very aggressive, so we got to stick to the cones, we got to stick to our trail while we're here. We don't want to go anywhere near a fur seal. So we can already see that the Adélie penguins are out. There's lots of chicks. They're very, very cute. They're molting, they're turning from their chick plumage into their adult feathering, and it's just amazing to see. We're gonna go hike up a little bit and see what else we can find. We climbed up the hill a little bit here. This place is covered in Adélie penguin guano. Guano is penguin poop. The odor is unbelievable. It's pretty gross up here, I gotta say. But I wanted to let you guys know some information. As I was telling you guys about the Gentoo penguins and the chinstrap penguins, the Adélie penguins you can see here, the chicks are molting. And when you come here in November months, this place is actually covered in snow, and you can see the Adélie chick eggs, and they haven't been born yet. They normally hatch in the 3rd week of December. And what's so interesting about the Adélie penguins is once that egg is laid, it's about 50 days until they can fledge. That means they're with their mom and their dad, they're feeding, they go into a molting stage, which is the stage we're seeing now. Once they fully have their adult plumage, then they can finally go out to sea and be independent from their parents. So that's something you just maybe want to think about. Here we are, we're getting to see molting, we're getting to see very big Adélie chick penguins. We're getting to see the parents. If you come in November, this place is going to be covered in snow. You're going to see eggs, a completely different scene here in Antarctica. So it's actually quite easy going up, but going down is not easy. It is very, very slippery, and I don't have poles with me because I have a camera instead. And just gonna take it nice and slow, one step at a time, and hopefully not land in the penguin guano. All right, we've had a great time here with the Adélie penguins. Our Zodiac ride to see some icebergs actually got canceled, but I had a great time, minus the guano. I got some great photos, you can see them here, and some great footage. So we're gonna hop back on the ship and get ready for some lunch, and then go back on an afternoon landing, hopefully. So we've just been informed that there's Orca. So we just ran down here. There's got to be like 30 Orca out here. They are the B2s, and they're literally all over the place. It's amazing. Let's go take a look. So that was just so cool to see all those killer whales. We're gonna quickly eat lunch and make our way from Paulette Island to Tay Head for our second landing of the day. Okay, so here we are. We're currently at our second landing, which is Tay Head, and we just did a group hike. It took about, 45 minutes to get to the second colony that we're seeing of Adélie penguins. And there's this bay here behind me, and it might be the most gorgeous thing I've seen in a long time. It's absolutely beautiful. It's full of different icebergs of all different sizes, and I think it's spectacular. Along our hike, we had to keep clear of fur seals. There were adult male fur seals, but there were also some juvenile ones who were a little bit curious. Again, fur seals are animals that we want to stay away from. So we're gonna go head up a little bit here now, take a look at the Adélie penguin colony that's here. Of course, the smell is very foul, but we'll get through it and see these penguins once again and head back to the boat for a beautiful dinner, and that's the day. Wow, what an amazing day that we've just had. Paulette Island, killer whales at lunch, and then a great landing at Tay Head. But we're also cruising through the Antarctic Sound, and this is such a fantastic place to see icebergs. We're seeing big ones, we're seeing small ones, and we're also seeing tabular icebergs, which are huge icebergs with a flat top. The size and scale of these icebergs is just jaw-dropping. It's day 6 and we're so lucky we're approaching Snow Hill Island, and here we're going to be able to look at a hut from the Swedish Antarctic expedition of 1901. All right, everyone, here we are on day 7, and you can see we're at Sierva Cove right now. It is absolutely beautiful. Behind me, we've got a research station. So cool. Can you imagine people get to do research here most of the year? That's amazing. Anyway, this place is absolutely beautiful. You can take a look at some of the video here. It is just breathtaking. We're on a Zodiac only day, so we're just gonna be in the Zodiacs cruising around, and that's okay because this place is just stunning. Cross your fingers, we get to see some humpback whales. We're gonna go back to the boat, pick up some other people, and do our first cruise of the day. So we're back on the main boat, and they're moving it through the brush ice towards the glaciers, and the scenery around us is just insane. It is so beautiful. We're literally surrounded by ice and glaciers. Take a look at some of this footage. It is mind-blowing. So we're looking at these icebergs behind us, and we have to remember that 15% of the iceberg is above water. The rest is underwater. So when you're seeing these smooth areas on the icebergs, that's because that part of the iceberg has been underwater, and it melts faster underwater, and they get these smooth sides. So really, really cool. Again, this is just breathtaking to look at. So here we are on day 8, and we're landing at Port Lockroy. Coming into Port Lockroy was really beautiful. It's very stunning scenery around here. And as we approached, we started to see the Gentoo penguin colony. Port Lockroy was set up as a whaling station in 1904, and it was used as a whaling station for almost 2 decades. It's set up as a museum right now, and it's pretty cool to see what it looked like back then. It's the afternoon of day 8, and we're out here kayaking. What's up, Becky? Say hi. We're kayaking in Antarctica. They brought us to this beautiful, really calm bay, and the scenery is outstanding. It is visually pleasing. We're very happy with our kayaking spot, and I'll put the name of the bay down here so you guys can know and see exactly where we are. But wow, it's stunning. We get 30 minutes here to kayak around, and we're having just such a lovely day here on day 8. So we'll check in with you guys tomorrow on day 9. So here we are on day 9. It is our last day of full land activities before we head out back on the Drake Passage, making our way back to Ushuaia. We're at the end of our trip, and right now I'm on Deception Island, and we were presented with 4 options today of what we could do for our morning activity. A long hike, which is about 3 miles, a medium hike, which was about 2 miles, and then a short hike, which is what we're doing, which is actually more of a beach stroll. You could also do a Zodiac cruise if you wanted. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a walk along the beach, look for some brittle stars and some cooked krill. So of course, why is there cooked krill on the beach, or could be? Well, in front of me, we've got a huge bay, and this island is a volcanic island. And the most recent eruption was in 1970, and this whole entire bay boiled. So even right now, there's all these underwater vents in the bay that shoot up hot water and cook the krill, and that krill washes up onto the beach, and we have cooked krill. Let's go for a walk. Whoa, here's some more. Here's some more, check this out. So we were looking for cooked krill here. Doesn't seem to be a lot of cooked krill at the moment, but we found some, this really cool kelp here. That's pretty cool. Here we are, our second landing for the day. This is Walker Beach. We've got tons and tons of wildlife here. We've got Gentoo penguins walking up and down the beach, in and out of the water. We even have some molting. We've got elephant seals up on the hill. They're resting, they're molting as well. We've got fur seals in the area, and we even spotted a couple leopard seals. How cool was that? What a great end to our trip.